uttering some ad-libbed lines tongue-in-cheek. For this olden art form, that's tradition. No one sticks to the script, they use technique, give their lines comical addition. Here's a typical tale of love in disguise, a bit ribald by medieval standard. It's a light comedy, so no one dies, though many will be humbled and slandered. Missing grooms, arranged marriages, cheating, normal things happening in Rome, 1610. This play starts with two lovers meeting. It's Isabel and the captain again. But something said will leave her heart broken. A promise is made, an oath is spoken. A promise is made, an oath is spoken, by the captain, a man of high breeding. Gave Isabel a ring as a token, which turned out to be a little misleading. Isabel, I admire your style, your porcelain skin and thick golden locks. Please allow me to walk you down the aisle, then cook all my meals and darn all my socks. Fair Isabel considered his offer. A man of fine breeding was quite a catch. Good looks, fine clothes, and, well, a full coffer. So she and her dad agreed to the match. But first, a quick trip to go meet a sheik. Said he would only be gone for a week. Said he would only be gone for a week. Business in Naples the sheik conducted. He and the captain imported antiques. The Bosphorus Strait the Turk had obstructed. So they'd have to find another trade route to get their fine goods to Rome's marketplace. Please don't be angry, don't cry and don't pout. Just a week or two, and then we'll embrace. And so the captain left with his vow, but a week turned into almost 3 years. No letters arrived, not even a chow. She became the laughing stock of her peers. For 3 years after being bespoken, Isabel waited, with her heart broken. Isabel waited with her heart broken. Her father, Pantaloon, tired of waiting, says, "A new thought in me has awoken. It's time, Isabel, you resume dating." Pantaloon has a new suitor in mind. Isabel meets him, but it isn't love. Well, the guy is comely and not unkind. It's the captain she's convinced herself of. Dressing up in the garb of a peasant, she soon hops an ox cart and runs away. Dreams that her reunion will be pleasant. Didn't consider the captain might stray. But first, a subplot for which you'll be grateful. Pedro's wife turned out not to be faithful. Pedro's wife turned out not to be faithful. I assure you, these two plots will combine. His cheating wife, Columbine, was hateful, and stepping out with Dottore, that swine. Unlike Pedro, Dottore was wealthy, gave Columbine that which Pedro could not, did not even bother to be stealthy. Their constant canoodling left Pedro fraught. If he told her twice, he told her 10 times. "Columbine, you are my wife, please desist. No more, Dottore, commit no more crimes." But his concerns, Columbine just dismissed. Columbine called her husband Satan's spawn. The captain, meanwhile, had simply moved on. The captain, meanwhile, had simply moved on. Business resolved, he forgot Isabel. Traveled around Verona and Milan. One day, in love with Flaminio he fell. But she wanted nothing to do with that lout. She loved Flavio, for whom she did pine. Though a twist would put their future in doubt. Flaminio's dad was Dottore, the swine. He would make a deal that would enrage her. Dazzled by the captain's large sack of gold, Dottore decided to engage her, despite the fact the captain's gross and old. Flaminio's friends are outraged by this bull. Everyone calls his actions disgraceful. Everyone calls his actions disgraceful, but the captain's not bothered by chatter, until he has an encounter fateful, when a peasant overhears his patter. As he stands under Flamina's window, pitching his woo to the girl up above, peasant Isabel confronts her lost beau, questions why he has forsaken her love. He's confused. I'd never love a peasant. Clearly he has forgotten his old vow. Shouts Flamina, I find you unpleasant. I'm betrothed to Flavio anyhow. On stage, Flavio and his friend then come on. Disrespect soon leads to swords being drawn. Disrespect soon leads to swords being drawn. The captain can't see through Isabel's disguise. Flamina shouts down, I hate you, be gone! While the peasant catches Horatio's eyes. Horatio's come to help Flavio's claim to Flamina's hand if push comes to shove. But while the two suitors threaten to maim, Horatio feels himself fall in love. Though dressed in ragged clothes covered in dirt, he can clearly discern Isabel's charm. But first, his muscles he'll have to exert to prevent Flavio coming to harm. As the captain's tossed into a pond, the distressed damsels find reason to bond. The distressed damsels find reason to bond, as, outmatched, the cowardly captain flees. Flamina talks to the peasant of blonde, while Flavio catches the captain with ease. Can I help? She asks, seeing Isabel weep. He thinks I'm a peasant, not a contessa. Flamina tells her that jerk is a creep. You just need new clothes. Look through my dresser. She takes Isabel in, brushes her hair, draws her a bath, dresses her in a gown. Soon Isabel looks far more than just fair. She's the most beautiful woman in town. As they enjoy a girl's night after dark, Dottore the scoundrel spies his next mark. Dottore the scoundrel spies his next mark, as the two beauties parade through the town. That girl, Isabel, she gives me a spark. Far more lovely than Columbine, that clown. I must woo her to me. I must be swift. Someone that fair won't be single for long. But first things first, I must buy her a gift and find a minstrel to sing her a song. He runs into the night to find flowers. As the two maidens drink ale and cavort, they return to Flamina's in the wee hours to relax with one last bottle of port. All through the evening and morning beyond, Horatio dreams of that beautiful blonde. Horatio dreams of that beautiful blonde. He can't get her sweet smile out of his head. Of this peasant girl he is more than fond. He resolves to wed her, sleep in her bed. That morn he runs to Flamina's at dawn, poems in his heart and candy in hand. Over her beauty he's prepared to fawn. When he gets there, there's already a band. Dottore is singing, making a scene. Seems two suitors are asking her to choose, both yelling up, I adore you, my queen. Isabel, let me in. This guy, excuse. Between these two, the difference is stark. Just then, Columbine strolls in from the park. She wasn't looking for a fight that morn, but she overhears Dottore's remark that he loves Isabel because she's high-born. How dare you say I'm not enough for you? Columbine's low-born, so his words really hurt. Kicks him in the shin, hits him with her shoe. Never more will you get under my skirt. Meanwhile, Isabel looks down from above. Horatio is just staring up, drooling. He's enamored, shaking, clutching foxglove. Just then, Flavio returns from dueling. when you thought this tale can't go more astray, Pedro won't stand to be a divorcee. Pedro won't stand to be a divorcee. He walks by and sees the man screwing his wife. "Dottore, you swine, I've come here today to beat you within an inch of your life." With that, Dottore runs off in disgrace, followed by Pedro and Columbine too. Flavio asks his love to leave this place. "Let's go to the church now to say I do." Dottore is not around to protest. The captain's gone too, tossed into the lake. Off they go. Flamina's not even dressed. The band sets off to find a wedding cake. One loose end is left before we end this play. Some jokes are tame, some bawdy and risque. Some jokes are tame, some bawdy and risque. Some loves take time, some happen in seconds. His love at first sight is on full display. "Horatio, join me upstairs," she beckons. He bounds upstairs where she waits in her peignoir. "I'm impressed you loved me as a peasant. Don't care if my dad's a fool or a czar. You love me for me. Find that quite pleasant." And so for the first time, two lovers kiss, and kiss more. You know how it goes. Let's end here. We do not need to see this. But as we exit, he's nibbling her toes. They don't leave her boudoir for a whole week, uttering their ad-libbed lines tongue-in-cheek.